And the rest of the squad here pushing forward onto voin Donkey. We got Gaycore just on the front line, sending out a few of the flashbangs, just looking to suppress the advances coming through from Horror, but that's not going to be enough as the send is there. Gaycore gets dropped right on down. Now the follow-up is going to come in here as we do see No Fear pushing on forward. That is going to be voin Donkey, the next team down, but they're not out of the woods as BTR also comes rushing on forward. Horror needs to keep their heads on a swivel, need to keep that pacing going. DRX are going to be feeling a little bit of the heat here as well. As you can see, XQZZ now getting picked up and traded off. Down they go. No Fear, great opportunity, good angle.
And Champion Esports, that's the 5th elimination. They're also going to have another win.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is that the DBS is not a long-range weapon, but you don't need it in this close-quarter engagement that Boom now finds themselves in. It is going to be Octa and Mastery already knocked on down, and with that, the entire squad gets swept away. Absolutely amazing showing. Terbaru Missy out of here, Boom Esports out of here, Hurrah out of here.
I mean, there's not a lot of places that you can hide on, and we have talked about this for the past circles that has been going on, but somehow the teams are still alive. The teams are still surviving. Alter Ego in the circle, close to Vampire, getting a knockdown on Rosemary once again. Another one from the team Alter Ego being taken down. That's 2 down and 2 more to go. The rest of the 2, they're going to go for the revive. They're going to go for that rescue. But the back angle, Bigatron, entering this vicinity. Champions Esports with 10 elimination. It's also obliterated this match out. Vampire closing from one direction, Bigatron from another one. Both parties are going to shoot at Alva, and Alva, as soon as he's going to be taken down, it's over. Alter Ego out of the match, and there's a lot of climbs up and down into the leaderboard. Terbaru Messi getting eliminated with 70 points and 1 in this match. 55 for a total of 4 and 6 in this match. Alter Ego with just 2. And the top 3, they're still going to stay the same, but with different points this time around. But BTR
just dipping out of that spray down as Team Secret now turns their focus onto the side, up onto a slightly more elevated position. But I like Yuhai's angle there coming through from Sem9 up. Ooh, on the mountain, the blue zone is going to eat them alive, unfortunately. And with that, it is the end of Sem9. A few more players are going to start to crumble now as Shields gets picked on up. It is going to be Axel looking to defend. They do find that opening angle. 2 players left rather for the side here of Team Secret. There's going to be GK and Dockel, at least on the front line, looking to aggress. Or actually, it's Dockel much further away. This is such a tough angle to try and kind of make their way through. But now Talon are going to be feeling a lot of the pressure. All those sprays, utilities coming in their direction. Yoru is going to be the next one to get picked on up. It's going to be Reboy left to try and defend their honor.
Oh my god, this is going good. This is definitely going good. Look at this, look at this. Talon gets eliminated. Yangon Galactica. So with this elimination, they're going to make all this up. Stage number 7 commences. We do have to see what the stage number 7 is going to bring up. What's going to bring in for the team and for the Heat. BTR, Yangon Galacticos. There we go. Yangon receiving the damage this time. The grenade comes over from Urena all the way to the Secret, getting 1 player, 2 player down. Secret is down to the last. Risey also gets knocked down by the Vampires, and it's a knock and a confirmation in a single instance going around.
Now Optimus alongside Federal left to defend for the team, but we say goodbye to Team Secret as Arena comes in quite swiftly. Now pushing the overall tab, if that is going to be the play. Now it's going to be Yangon Galacticos prepping up a few utilities as they do look to push on forward. Federal is going to just peer over that ridge, finds a quick bit of an opening, just pushing that back onto the side here of Yangon Galacticos. Now Master Smile cooking up. Bernard Boy, oh, the headshots flying straight across the way, but not a good position here for Bigatron by Vitality to be in, as they will get absolutely obliterated. Off they go. BTR, A1.
I mean, this can be disastrous. This can definitely be disastrous. The players are chasing up, but oh, there you go. He's gonna get stuck first and foremost, and Rosemary, come on, you need to get out, get those shots connected on the players. Debo, he's also closed onto the A1 side. Arena versus Secret, it's happening to a different direction. On the other side, we have Rowdy. Let's see what Rowdy is gonna be capable of. The Debo shooting through the window. Not getting any kind of connectivity. The rest of the players from the Alter Egos, they're also going to push in. All of them from the back line, getting a knockdown.
Swamp area, going to be looking to ride the ridge line, spotting out a few potential angles, trying to see if they can maybe get the res up to rig, but doesn't seem like that is going to be an easy one to pull off. DRS now also finding their way on through. They have spotted Sem9, but the shots are all over the place. There's going to be a hit there. But here we are, right? We've got, I believe that's 13 teams remaining, and not a lot of positions for them to try and fill up, as we still have a few teams on the outlying territories. You can see DRX, of course, on that far eastern side, but Talon is going to be the next team to get
there. But whoa. That example just pulled up a Uno reverse move that knows you're gonna get taken down. You're going down right there. And with the T97, he's gonna get another one. The rest of the DRS, they're pushing up. And Boom Esports maybe can get that elimination. The answer is no, as Vampire also comes into the play from the backside to not only taking down DRS, but Boom Esports as well.
I mean, these fights just continue to flow as we now have BTR also stepping to the plate. So Vampire will have a short-lived victory as they've moved in. They got a few eliminations, but now they have to face the music. Arena also going to be rotating up along that southern side. So 3 teams now fighting for control of the compound. This Wizard Tower has never received this much love. As you can see, Snape now also just running players all over the place. 30K going to be hiding in the wing. Arena slowly advancing. Optimus with a nice optimal position here. Vampire Esports. Ooh, off they go out in 10th place. 4 eliminations up. 20K taking a little bit of damage, but Arena not going to be spreading it out too much. They only have 2 players left. Balja is going to be trying to see if they can get rezzed on up. But now Jiggle here from the side of Horror, getting ready for a little bit of a move. Horror, they've been keeping it quiet. 4 eliminations up though. As they start to move through from the northern side, it is going to be BTR rushing right in alongside them. The push is there. Will they defend? Are they going to rotate away instead? Seems like the rotation is going to be the option here. Oh, Sky getting picked up as Snape snipes them out with the AUG, just whipping them out of that vehicle. Now, BTR by Vitality, Bigatron getting ready for the move as they start to push up in the north. Quite a bit of an opportunity here available to them. Good coverage as they now try to find that next approach to take. But of course, them and Hura still well without outside of that zone. It's going to be DRX, the next one down. So 7 teams remain. That is all that we have to show for this game. Stage number 5 is going to be coming to an end pretty soon. Now, the utility is finding their way all the way down into Federal. It's Horror Esports left
for to BTR. There's on the backside another name that can potentially take these guys or the BTR down as well. Nofia finally going to throw a grenade. Is going to push for the player to actually come close to him, but it's a DBS versus a 12K, and the DBS wins it up. Optimus gets the prime elimination, but instantly he gets obliterated from the backline as AST, Tri-Barrel Messi, makes their way into this itchy third party. There's a 4th party going around, as well as Triber Messi also gets taken down. Champions Esport is in the proximity as well.
Taken too much damage. Those HP bars are looking pretty good at this point. BTR, they had the numbers favoring them, but it has all started to turn around. Down to a duo they go, but they have been able to find 7 eliminations. Now, very spread out. Not quite sure whether or not Federal is going to be able to survive this. Snape also in a very sticky situation. As you can see, the Saints are starting to find their way on through. It is going to be Tony K that will get taken down right then and there. BTR still riding the ridge, still in this fight. They have not settled just yet. Tribe Eremisi rather, just in that center zone. Looking pretty good. They also have a full squad up, and they have a strong angle to play off of. But it's all going to ride on whether or not they can actually make that work in their favor. 30K is going to get taken on down as Federal secures their 2nd elimination. And of course, it is 8 overall. Snape getting sniped by that nade as it rains on down. Tribe Eremisi Now,
not into their favor, but Team Secret, it's happening. A knockdown comes into the play. BTR, E-Arena, 456 gets knocked down as well. There we go. Talking about the solos. E-Arena instantly gets obliterated. BTR gets Mormon out as well. 4 eliminations, and with this, it's all over. BTR having 10 eliminations. Highest in this lobby so far, and not only the highest, but look at the overall ranking on our right side. Not only they have taken off away from Hora Esports and Alter Ego, they have successfully secured more and more points than them. Hora Esports at 67. There's still the possibility of getting that number 2 back for themselves, but they have overtaken Alter Egos completely.
Yep, there could be quite a bit of a leap coming through here from Bigatron by Vitality as they now start to take aim onto Team Secret. Team Secret, though, I like what they've been doing so far, getting more points on board. But you can see now, unfortunately, the aim is just absolutely on point as Federal locks in another spray down. But you got to get ahead of that blue, otherwise those 11 points are not going to sit so well. We want to try and capitalize on good, strong finish here as well, at least within the top 3. Not quite sure if Federal is going to be able to pull that off as they now take so much fire quickly, just trying to dip out of harm's way. At least managing to survive for the time being. But Dockle sending it out, and down they go.
Oh my god, came straight up from
Rosemary comes in, striking the iron while it's hot, but now it's going to be that full send as Alter Ego descends down upon DRS. Samsa already taking quite a bit of damage. As you can see, Yeta Uta getting knocked on down. Down goes Cyclone, and now it is Samsa, an example, left to defend the honor of DRS.
Oh my, Samsa's in trouble, and that is the end of DRS. Was quite unfortunate. I mean, the positioning was kind of whether or not Team Secret's gonna turn it against them. Let's see how that happens. But right now, Team Secret doesn't look like they're gonna be pushing just yet. I guess they can go ahead and get some information first, get some pickoffs before really moving about. But over here, Alter Ego Aries also has their own story to tell. It looks like he'll be dodging. Krypton will be dodging that grenade quite well, and I think they're gonna be going for the push. But unfortunately, this is a 1 versus 1 that Krypton will win, but of course he's gonna be going down after just a few seconds. That revenge kill coming in, and that's the end for Alter Ego Aries. And
as Federales now starts to approach, looking to open up the angles here. GK though getting hit, and this is where everything now could start to turn around. Bigatron by Vitality definitely gonna come in here looking to prove a point.
yeah, Bigatron by Vitality, they do have Team Secret on their crosshairs. And yes, that's a hit. That's a knock on J-Key by the hands of Arazi. But I think it's not over just yet. They spot 2 more players from Team Secret from a distance. They're trying to get those bullets, but it's not gonna be connecting. But in the end, J-Key from Team Secret does say goodbye for now. And so with that, BTR, I mean, they have a few points on their side, but otherwise, they're still in trouble. There's several other... Lots of choices to be made at this point, but of course, VD and DRX got their own engagement in this area. Big Mama taking lots of Big Mama damage, but in the end, they're holding on to a few more HP on there. For this mini-map, there's about 2 or maybe 3 teams, and this is gonna be a 1 versus 1 between Big Papa and another player over here. I don't quite see it, but one has the high ground, one has the low ground, throwing those throwables, and unfortunately it's the high ground that will win. Big Papa holding on to life by a thread. Yeah, Vampire Esports, they have the golden opportunity over here. There's a lot of players within the minimap, but it looks like they'll be saying they will be seeing a knock on their side for now. But looks like Lazarus is trying their best, though. They spot the player from a distance trying to get those shots in, but unfortunately it's their team that will be seeing 2 knocks, and Champions Esports up on the kill feed. But right now we're looking at Talon, Reboyaza up here in the open, getting shot at it. Unfortunately, he'll be losing that 1 versus 1, and all the while lots of different fights all over the map. And right now we're just watching teams fall one by one. 36 players rather left. Talon Esports, they need to revive one of their players. One's already down in the ground, and there's pretty much get as much points as possible before this game ends.
Yeah, All hope is lost there for A1 Esports as well, as they will get sent onto the lobby. RRQ now going to be feeding the heat as Lazarus dials it up. Sem9 going to be following suit, as they will also be walking out of here with 3 points to their name. Mueller now still focusing quite aggressively onto RRQ, but both squads outside of now starting to descend down into the zone, starting to apply themselves. Federales has been picked up and shipped out. That is Delta from Tribe Eremacy, securing yet another point. Now, sitting on...
Waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I could almost say these players are being a little bit stubborn, but, well, you can't really fault them for that. As you can see, RRQ now starting to choose violence here as they move on to Vampire, sending out a nice front line approach here. Nuga gonna try and get it done, but unfortunately getting caught with a nade in their hand, trying to ride the ridge, but that will not suffice. Goes absolutely crazy. Boom Esports getting absolutely demolished. 2 players already knocked down as they move against the side of Tribe Eremacy. Rig trying to just survive, ride it out. Not going to be allowed to do that, but they do find a beautiful hit, getting saved by Young on Galacticos. And that is a very unfortunate position now for Rig to be in, as they will get wrapped up and shipped out of here. Tribe Eremacy out in 8th place with 3 points to their name.
Oh man, that was absolutely crazy. It was like a David and Goliath kind of comparison over there. I mean, Boom Esports all the way at number 11, taking down ASC. I thought ASC was the other teams within their horizon, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, Talon got saved over there, but still, they need to get a moving, because I don't like their position at all. Right here, Naxel has the opportunity to gun down Vampire Esports. Didn't quite get those bullets to connect, but this is a 1 versus one that we're all been waiting for. Naxel gets those bullets and gets that kill, and with that, that's a 3 kills on the side of Talon Esports. But unfortunately, Shields needs that revive, and with that, the last bullet.
Yeah, the lobby is heating up, and I think it's the right map for that, as we are out in the desert now. BTR down to a solo. It is going to be Optimus looking to see if they can survive the rest of the zone. But in this game, BTR are going to try and patch themselves up. 2 knocks already going through. Razy start to mobilize, they start to move, and the utilities actually getting sent out in a response. That is going to be Yumi, all the way from Boom Esports, still responding quite aggressively already. 10 eliminations for the side here of Boom. Will they make it to the finish? It is now a nade down to see if they can pick him up.
Yeah, actually really nervous for Yumi right now. Boom Esports doing quite well. 10 eliminations already, and just as I said it, Yumi says goodbye.
Looking too confident now, as they only have 2 players left to make a difference.
Ooh, I like it. EA's doing so well, getting elimination after elimination. Unfortunately, YG's not looking really good at this point. BTR finally falls with that last player, especially since there's a lot of enemies nearby, and I just don't like this mini map. It makes me nervous, you know. But then again, it's also opportunities to wipe out entire squads, get a lot of eliminations in the bag. But of course, a lot of opportunities to put your head on a target as well. And with that, Megatron by Vitality walking out into the open. And with that, PTR, they're actually getting a lot of kills in the bag, with Talon falling one after the other towards their hands. Now all that's left is Eraboya, and with that, last bullet, Talon gets eliminated as number 12 by the hands of Bigatron by Vitality. Fingers that they get a lot of points in this map, but unfortunately with only 2 players left and still so many teams to go up against, you know, they're just gonna have to play this really safe.
Yeah, well, who's also going to have to play it safe is DRX, as they'll get a nice little warm seat in the lobby for the time being. 9 squads remain. BTR are going to be looking to now push a little bit more towards the northern side of zone. Again, going for a very interesting approach here, but Federal, though, is going to lock it in. It is going to be 2 hits coming in at the expense of Champion. Now, Optimus in the building. Gotta watch out for these angles, though. It does find a little bit of damage and gets dropped to their knees. It's gonna be Satar looking to play that last move now, as they find a bit of an opportunity here. Champion's already taking quite a bit of a chunk of HP down, And now it is a 1v1 showdown to see whether or not Bigatron by Vitality can claim the last few available points. But it is going to be RRQ now looking to roll on up, and this might be the end of the road for them.
I mean, there's so many teams in this vicinity, and one after the other, people fall. But Bigatron by Vitality will be saying goodbye. I mean, they had the
On a little bit of a chase rather, DRS and Alter Ego right up here in the graveyard, it seems, finding a little bit of a back and forth. DRS, they are going to be trying to chase the points as they try to climb further and further up those standings. But Alter Ego, they are the gatekeepers of the top 5. They are the gatekeepers of the prize money. So will they allow DRS to get the jump on them?
Absolutely. This is going to be interesting because DRS, unfortunately, they're not doing quite well. There's already 2 players on their side that needs that revive. And Samsa is not giving up just yet, throwing those grenades in. Unfortunately, is not going to be getting the knocks that they need. But, of course, from a distance, getting those sprays on. Unfortunately, Samsa is going to be the last person standing at this rate. AE, all they have to do is hunt Samsa down. And AE, they still have a lot of players standing about. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're doing anything proactive. Team Secret all of a sudden joins the fray. Steals that kill. Now Crosshairs out, trying to take down players from AE.
Talk about a denial coming through. I mean, Team Secret playing such a crucial role in upsetting the outcome of these games. But I mean, Team Secret, they've actually been fighting back quite hard over the past few matches, right? Earlier today, they were situated all the way down towards the bottom side of these rankings, and now they've climbed all the way back up, now comfortably up in 13th. And as we can see, there's not a big disparity between the points, right? From 13th up to 8th, 5 slots, 8 points. So that could quite easily change in this game alone. Alva, I think, is going to be the lone survivor left for their squad as Rosemary gets confirmed, and that is it now. I'm not sure what options Alva has available to them, but RRQ, they might be, as you said before, opting for that same rush, that full send, just choosing violence and carnage.
It didn't work though. Alter Ego Ares finally gets wiped out from their last player, with our players on the side of E Arena that got knocked down. 456 did get revived. Tourniquet, however, a little bit nervous on their side, but of course not gonna stop the rest of the players of E Arena from storming the building. They know they have the numbers advantage, but unfortunately it's not working well against them. In order to get 1 player down from the side of DRX, they unfortunately got knocked down twice. And so with that, looks like Tourniquet will be saying goodbye. Mormon still alive. Unfortunately, the last 2 players are just steamed up at this point. RQ joins the picture. Guns blazing. Gets EA one after the other. Look at the number of eliminations RQ has right now. 7. Whatever they're doing, it's effective, it's amusing, it's entertaining, but it's effective. So the last lap goes to RRQ.
Yeah, well, already 7 eliminations, and with 12 minutes in, things are really heating up now, as it is going to be XQZ trying to just fend off any potential advances. The Molly is now going to be doing their thing as Nuga gets lit up by, I think, maybe their own Molly. Let's hope that wasn't the case here. But XQC just holding on. Here comes the send. Oh, the footsteps are there. The damage lord getting sent up. Nuga now in the danger zone. And back in the lobby they go.
That goes the same with Sem9 as well. They're also out in the open. While I was speaking, DRX, somewhere out there, they lost their place in the game. They're down to 10 teams.
See if they can maybe make that vehicle go boom. No luck just yet. But for Sem9, any points at this point could be coming in quite handy. Let's see if that is going to be on the board, though. Ooh, we got to watch out for Potato. Those sprays definitely not flying out like potatoes. Instead, they're hitting and doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I mean, there's some damage, but it's definitely not enough. It looks like 1 versus 1 Gakor with a player from Sem9 actually make that a 2 versus 1. Still hang to dear life, however, and actually getting that whole squad elimination.
Towards Bigatron by Vitality. Kent cooking the nades up, looking to try and get the boom in onto boom as Federales is on the front line. Gotta watch out for those sprays. Oh, cheeky nade up top. Oh, almost reads it right out the window. And now you gotta be careful with the breach here. Trying to smoke it out, closing the door so the flames don't fight back. But wow, this is pretty scary stuff.
Ooh, Federales gets out with just a sliver of health. I was holding my breath over there. I'm like, Federales. And he survives. And with that, I mean, boom, they're doing really well holding on to the fortress over here. But unfortunately, they're getting bombarded one after the other. And boom goes boom. But
And 1 point currently separating them and Hura Esports. So it is going to come down to the wire. Of course, the placement points will start increasing off. Still, 7 squads left. We got Hora, BTR, Vampires, Young on Galacticos. As one quick hit is there. On then could definitely lock out this last one. Just gotta find the final jump. The shots are in, and there we have it. Vampire Esports will lock in their first and only 2 eliminations for this game. They have only a solo left, so the odds are pretty much stacked against them. Balja coming through here from Champions Esports. Now keeping a very close eye on also with 7, and Voin Donkey coming through with a very comfortable 8. And now it's going to be Jiggle looking to lock it in. Does find quite a bit of damage into the first. Will they find more? Not getting those knocks in just yet. But Voin Donkey trying to wrap their way around, trying to get back into contention. They want to play for their zone positioning. The utilities are out.
Ooh.
They do find one. Mochi gets picked up. Now, will we see Potato and Razak actually surviving this push, or will they get the jump in on Jiggle?
I love this push coming in from VD, pulling out the RRQ strategy. It actually works out. They take out Jiggle, and with that, the rest of Bora as well. Now we're down to 4 teams, and Voin Donkey, they were 3. They were out in the open. They were just walking around, and somehow they're the team that people are probably gonna expect is gonna be picked up, but unfortunately, they get that sniper hit on VD, and now VD is down to 2 players, 1 needing that a revive. And so with that, it's gonna be a waiting game. We're in stage 9 of the circle. That blue's gonna close in. Let's see what happens.
So Balja, the last one left here for Champions Esports, packing a few punches along the way, alongside their lunch. But now Federales and Optimus stepping up for BTR, sending out the nades, sending out the utilities, and looking to see if they can pick up a few easy trades up on the hill. But you got to watch out for Voin Donkey, because they are not going to stand down. They are going to continue to push. They will try to advance the grenades. Getting pretty close, but look at the spray though. Federales locks in 1. Mochi is down. Actually, 2 is down. Now it's up to Razak to see, can they reign supreme? The answer is no. The end is in sight. Voin Donkey go down.
It's pretty much a war of attrition with all the resources that both of these teams have. And so BTR, they still have a lot of things up on their sleeves. There is some damage coming in from both sides, but unfortunately, everyone's just kind of holding their guns together. But unfortunately, the circle is not going on the favor of Balder. He's forced to move 2 versus 1. And with that, that's the ending. Federales gets the they'll get to there eventually. But right now, A1 versus AE out in the open. Gonna be a bloodbath later on, but no one's shooting any balls until now. This is a 2 versus 2, 1 down on the side of A1. That's the first knockdown for this game. Will that be a finisher? That's the question. But A1 is still up in the running, still trying to get those sprays on. All the while, somewhere out there, YG versus Team Secret as well. And so potentially maybe a fast game, because everyone's just going all out right now.
Well, yesterday we did see on the eastern, on the western side of zone, we've got those compounds just north of Shelter, right? In between that and Walmart, kind of there's that little junkyard position or scrapyard that we have over there. 6 teams met their end right there yesterday. So we might maybe see something kind of like that coming in here today, with teams continuously trying to prioritize the same position over and over. It's all going to come down to how they choose to play through this. And of course, as we know, A1 Esports are not going to make it past this point. A very abrupt, as they will get eliminated. And DRS...
Terima is going with their strategies. We're seeing YG and DRX one after the other. We're seeing them pop up on the kill feed. Looks like YG manages to wipe out DRX, but all the while we're seeing Alter Ego Aries already won against one squad. They're trying to see if they can get DRX as well.
Well, I mean, Alter Ego feeling like they're doing pretty good at this point. In the previous air gale, when they went up to A1 back over in prison, A1 won that fight. So Alter Ego already showing that they are coming back with a bit of vengeance here, and now they find themselves on the proving grounds yet again. DRS though not going to make it that easy for them, as they are playing quite the spread. We got the Yeta Uta on that northern approach, could look to wrap around them, and Alter Ego down to a solo now. Things slowly starting to crumble as DRS are just outmaneuvering them. Things are looking pretty favorable so far here, especially on the side of DRS. Alva gonna try and survive, maybe opt for a bit of a res, but one nade could end this entire run, and that would then seal Alter Ego's fate. They are so close to securing their position within the top 5, but nothing is certain just yet.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Alter Ego Aries, looks like Alva has the opportunity right now to go ahead and give that revive to Rosemary, and it was successful. DRS, they didn't make a move, and that made all that time matter to Alter Ego Aries. And now they've reset 3 versus 2 inside of this building. DRS moving about but not making a move just yet. Taking the high ground, second floor. DRS looking at those grenades as well. All the while, YG and Vampire Esports also finding their own engagement. Molotov, Alva falls, and now all that's left is Rosemary. Will this be fried Rosemary? Unfortunately, Rosemary gets one, but unfortunately gets shot at the second floor, and Alter Ego Aries.
Just sent all over the place. Lazarus also quickly trying to jump into the action here. Reboy are in the running for the top 5. Coming into this match, they were trailing by 9 points, and they need every single point that they can find at this stage. But we do say goodbye to Voin Donkey ID, as they will be the next team to fall, walking out of here with 1 elimination to their name. Talon Esports still holding steady with the 2-piece. They got to try and bring themselves back up to 3. Horror getting drawn into the fight as they can hear the sprays continuing to rain on down. Oh, beautiful Molly coming in. Lazarus getting hit by Reboy, and Talon now look to bounce back. They want to put a stop to the advances for Vampire Esports. E-Arena, though, will have to settle with the points that they were awarded as we now enter placement point territory. It is going to be Talon still keeping up a very defensive and aggressive line.
Are up on the horizon as well, and BTR is going to be going up against Hora. Not just on the lead, on the ground as well. And BTR, unfortunately, they're not doing that well. They have a 1 player down, 1 player on the knock, and 2 players still alive, but unfortunately, they're still walking away with only 2 eliminations so far. So, I mean, Horror Esports.
It's not going to waste a second, tries to get out of the vehicle and gets back into it. All in one swift maneuver. Vampire Esports, out they go with 8 points to their name. And of course, Bigatron by Vitality walk away as the victors for this overall event. Ooh, Tricks getting spotted and traded off. Down they go. Can't afford to do that just yet. So no additional responses coming through here from Tribe Eremacy. It is going to be Delta trying to see if they can maybe
all the while gets eliminated off from the top 5. Now we're down to 4 teams. Bigatron by Vitality, right now they have the numbers advantage, and they're just pretty much hunting down the rest of these players. Right now, ASC and Talon, they're on equal grounds. They both have a 2-player standing, and right now it looks like Kent will be falling. I don't know if he'll be able to get that revive in the bag. Boom falls by the hands of Federalis. And so we're down to 3 teams, each having two players on the side of AST, 2 players in Talon. BTR, let's see if they can get. Oh my gosh, Bigatron says goodbye.
Yeah, but it's not all tickets just yet, because AST